Welcome to this week's Midweek message for Thursday the 12th of June. When you woke up this morning, did you offer a blessing for the new day that lies ahead? Or a blessing for yourself perhaps, or those that you may meet later today? A little while ago, my midweek message was about the joy of receiving or bestowing a blessing. So this week, I'd like to tell you more. A blessing is a prayer for the good, the well-being of someone, or of anyone, or of everyone. It's for the good of all living things, or also for inanimate objects and their usefulness. Camille Pissarro once said, "Blessed are they who see beautiful things in humble places, where other people see nothing." Do you sometimes find you have ruffled someone's feathers, maybe unintentionally, or they may have exasperated you? And have you tried asking God to pour blessings down over them and over yourself? If you have, then you probably felt peace return to your inner soul. Someone once said, "Don't just count your blessings, be the blessing other people count on." Well, here's a story of someone who had just discovered the joy of blessing others. And this person blesses everything, and this is what she says. She writes, "Life is teaching us a lesson. I had some visitors in my summer house. They looted all the rooms, leaving an incredible mess. I blessed them. They helped themselves to my food. I blessed them. They also stole my camera, my Swiss axe, my alarm clock. I blessed them. They broke a window and 2 doors. I blessed them. They do not have a home. I do. And so I blessed them. They are now in prison, having raided in like manner 15 other houses. When you pass a prison, mentally bless those who live there. I blessed them again. And this weekend, I will be very busy blessing." This lady also said, "I cannot hope to enter into the kingdom of heaven until I am ready to take everyone else in with me." Whoever we bless, we bring to them all that is good. And George Eliot, the well-known author, once said, "Blessed is the influence of one true, loving human soul upon another." Throughout time, for hundreds, thousands of years, blessings have accompanied all kinds of activities. Early mankind may well have blessed within his heart essential water when he came across it. Blessings for fishing, essential food, sowing seed, hunting, ploughing, show a thankful heart for the means of continuing life. So do we bless all of nature? Martin Luther, born in 1483, wrote, "God writes the gospel not in the Bible alone, but on the trees and flowers and clouds and stars." And the very first thing God did after creating Adam and Eve was to bless them. Blessings are offered during church services. Often a blessing is said for the peace and well-being of everyone before they leave the service. The Apostle Matthew remembers Jesus teaching the Beatitudes, saying, "We are to bless the poor, we are to bless those who mourn, bless the humble," and more. In Psalm 115, the psalmist speaks of how special we are. He says, "May the Lord who created the heavens and the earth give you his blessing. How amazing would that be? The Lord who created heaven and earth give us his blessing. To bless is to spread the love of God far and wide. If you bless those you find hard to get on with, or those you feel anxious for, you may well find the act of blessing becomes like a discipline. And the more you bless, the more patient, the more understanding that you become. A person called Roger had been on death row for 16 years for a crime he did not commit. And he once described the terrible prison conditions in which he lived, the harassment by the wardens, the freezing cold cells. And he wrote this: I was ready to explode. I prayed, but for some reason could find no comfort in my prayers. Finally, at night, before I went to bed, I read a book about blessing. It's called The Gentle Art of Blessing by Pierre Pradavand. And I can tell you now that it changed my thought process. I just started asking God to bless all of these people, to bless them and their families, to bless them in their financial life, in their spiritual life, in every aspect of their lives. And very gently, very slowly, the weight began to lift from my shoulders, until not all at once, but gradually. And now, every morning when I wake up, the first thing I do is bless them. And again at the middle of the day, and before I go to sleep at night. And so, doesn't then our blessing of others bring healing to one who has suffered injustice? It's hard to nurse anger or to hold on to feelings of ill will when you pray a blessing over someone. To pray a blessing can change us. It can bring us a sense of peace, and we can once again look at life with enthusiasm and hope. In the book, The Gentle Art of Blessing is a well-known story, and it's of a violent storm that had thrown up on the beach millions of starfish. An elderly lady was throwing them back into the sea one by one. A passerby sees her and asks her what she is doing. After all, there are millions and millions of starfish. What does she hope to achieve? They're all going to die. The lady nods her head and continues throwing the starfish into the sea. The passerby is somewhat irritated and says again, "Can't you see? There are millions of them. What difference does it make?" The elderly lady still continues unperturbed, while the visitor continues expressing irritation. Suddenly, the old lady picks up a starfish and throws it with deep concentration and energy way out into the sea. And with a sparkle in her eyes, she exclaims, "Well, for this one, it has made all the difference." Just one single blessing can make all the difference. May God's blessings rain softly upon your life today.